All right, welcome everyone. It is another Honkai Star Rail Sunday. We are still on Cypher and Aglaya's banner here, as you can see. Lots and lots of things dropping about Finon's banner. You all know that I am obsessed, and have been since pretty much he got introduced, hence why we have his cohorts as well, because we got to have the full set of the starter Pokemon. We have the grass type and Exagrius, and we have our fire type Mighty. I just need my water type Finon, and I will have the full set. I am quite happy. All of us saw that freaking Lord Ravager trailer drop. Oh my gosh, that was so cool. Very interested in like so many of them. You all know, of course, that I immediately was obsessed with the anti-nihility Lord Ravager. That one was really cool. And then I like a lot of people's theories that, especially with Finon's recent transformation trailer that dropped, that Finon is the Iron Tomb Lord Ravager, which is very interesting. You can see that Finon is currently my build guide pin. So, what have I been doing while you all have been away? Let's show you. I have some achievements to go through. Perform Turbo Dash 10 times in a row without mistakes or interruption, and Clocky's extras fast and furry nuts. Uncover the prophetic riddle of Abyss of Fates, Yianopolis. Use Ornyx's prayer to cause an object to remain in rewind state for longer than 30 seconds. Reach the area on the 3rd level via Talanton's Judgment in Abyss of Fates. Pause an object during rewind for the first time with Ornyx's power, or prayer. Rewind all memory imbued objects in Dragonbone City Styxia to their original state. Use Ornyx's mirror to delve deeper into the River of Souls. Collect blessings from 120 creation nymphs. Solve the prophetic riddle in the Lightless Chapel, Dawncliff Cloud. Dawncloud Cliff, oh boy. Solve a Westwind Compass puzzle with no more than 2 rotations. Solve the Westwind Compass puzzles in the Eye of Twilight and claim their treasure. Find the Knowing Bug. Find a Spirit Thief spinning in place. Witness a Spirit Thief vanquish the monster guarding the chest. Use the Westwind Compass to access a unique celestial sector in the Cloud Edge Bastion Ruins, Eye of Twilight. Reach the other side of the platform in the Cloud Edge Bastion Ruins, Eye of Twilight, using the Miracle Orb. Solve the puzzle and obtain the hidden treasure in the storage sector of Cloud Bridge Bastion Ruins. And then solve the puzzle and obtain the hidden treasure in celestial sector of the Cloud Bastion Ruins. And then here, obtain the audio record, Divine Echo of Reason. Sit upon the throne at Murmuring Woods, Grove of Epiphany. In Dragonbone City, Styxia, solve the riddle set within a room of the Foreigner, Ornyx Priest. Read all of the Enlightenment series in Dragonbone City, Styxia. Obtain the audio recording, Divine Echo Earth. And investigate both steeds of Yanis, located in the Fortress of Doan, Eye of Twilight, and the Cloud Edge Bastion Ruins. Win the duel challenge by inflicting weakness break on the Black Tide champion. So, all of that to say, hi adventuring. We can show you the Euphorius map. I have completed all of the chests. This one doesn't count because this is locked behind a side mission. In each of these areas, I have also gotten all of the creation nymphs and brought them back to the dressmaker. This one also, I'm gonna hope that this is locked behind a chest because I could not find these last 2 even with a guide, so that's what we're hoping there. But other than that, as you can see, we fully did every single one of these. I have the Vortex of Genesis completely maxed out, level 50 of 50. And so I have been doing this. It's the only thing I don't have 100%ed outside of side missions, which I only have actually in Forius. If you all remember last time, we just finally finished all of Penacony's side missions. So I am now done with all of the side missions all the way up to Enforius. And so that's what we'll be doing in this episode. But this is what I've been doing, are these mini games that are on Penacony that you can do. There are 3 sets of them. And so you have this one. As you can see, I'm almost done with this first part. I have not started the sequel mode. And then there is another one over on the other side. This one here. As you can see, I'm almost done with this one as well. I have started on the sequel mode on this one. I just need to get like the max amount of points. I think the highest I've gotten is this amount. But yeah, so this one, and then there is one more that is very hidden. It's in like one of these side side rooms. I can't remember which one it is right offhand. Is it this one? Yes, okay, I think it's this one. And to get down here, you have to solve like a little puzzle, unfortunately, and you have to do it every single time you go down there, so it's a little annoying. But this is the third one that you can do and get. It's only like 10 Stellar Jade per level, but I haven't completed it at 100% yet, and it's Stellar Jade regardless. Speaking of Stellar Jade, let's get our pull from all of those achievements. And then when it comes to pulls, that's another thing to discuss. If you're watching this at the time of the stream, we're so close to 100. In Finon's patch, so the next patch, we're gonna get the Fate. Is it Grand Order or Stay Night? The Fate crossover, where they're going to be introducing Archer and Saber. Archer, supposedly, is going to be a free 5-star that you can get. So you are going to get Archer regardless, as long as you do the event. Now, apparently his light cone, and this one I have confirmed, his light cone, you can also technically, and I'm going to say this in quotes, get for free if you do 200 pulls during the event. That's why I said like in quotes free. And so I have been grinding a lot, as you saw, trying to build up pulls. We're almost back up to 100, which I wonder if the standard banner is going to count. But as you can see from this, I have been working to get to 100. I do not think I'm going to be able to get to 200 before the event is over, which is unfortunate, but we did make a pretty decent attempt, in my opinion. But there's that. Obviously, we are not guaranteed. We're at like 30 pity on the limited banner, so I'm really hoping Finon takes pity on us. And that we can get him. Am I not covering anything? I think I am. But yeah, these are pretty much outside of these side quests. The only things that I do not have fully done, outside of like... Oh, you can see I've been building for him. I only need a couple more of these and then that. Except for like simulated universe stuff. I think that's the only other thing, because I fully have Swarm Disaster done, and then I have this done. So the only thing left is Golden Gear and the Unknowable Domain, and then the Divergent Universe. Which for once we did do our grinding before stream. But I do not think even Finon could get me to sit here and grind simulated universe. So I'm more willing to try and do this, even though the reward is a lot smaller. So I think that's it. So as shown by the title of this episode, we are going to do the Amphorius Annals. I think it's Annals. Oh, whatever. We're going to be doing these Amphorius side missions. If it's anything like the Pinnaconey ones, we'll at max get 2 done, because they'll be like hour-long side quests. So that's about it, and then we will pick up any side quests that are just around in the maps. Actually, we could probably do that first, just so I have them all. So let's go pick up any side quests. I saw that one. Are there any others? Oh yeah, so this is a thing I wanted to show you all. Don't let me forget to do the book. Oh my gosh, I need to do that. I forgot to do it last time.
Why not make the most of it with a game?
So we talked about Yanis's steed in one of the achievements that I found in let me out. In the cloud domain. So it is apparently also a shop here. And then you can, the memory shards you get, you can then give to Yanis's steed. And once you have bought all of these and then do any other products you have, it'll unlock more products, and then you can buy up all those kind of deal. As you can see, I don't have a ton. I did use some of them to find the crystal flies, or whatever they're called. But you also get these from these things is the easiest way to get these. So we might actually... wonder if I should do all the crystal fragments today. Just have it be like side quest kind of day to get all the crystal fragments. Okay, so this is the other thing I needed to do that I forgot about. We have a ton of cards to update. So let us do, let's start with our dear Hyacinthia. And these are now narrated by Finon, I believe.
A good student who often did stupid things.
Was the assessment from the Lotophagist sage.
An excellent healer who fails at all scholarly means.
Was the assessment from the Nodist sage.
A shining child who also burns away her own life's rays.
Was the assessment from the Erythrocaramist sage.
A fool who was always wreathed in smiles, while drowning in a weighty and pitiful dream.
Was the assessment from the New Sporist sage. The girl had visited all the schools during her time studying in the Grove. She refused to become a scholar, despite her exemplary grades.
Instead of increasing this world's knowledge, I prefer to reduce its pain.
While the sages faced her words in silence, the New Sporist sage alone decided to hire her as assistant post-haste.
An apprentice who spends wisdom is more precious than scholars who hide knowledge away.
The faded twilight courtyard, long eroded by time, now shelters a girl, the sole heir of her lineage. Loneliness accompanied her days, till the sage of the Capriests visited her and brought her a chromatic pony with a grin.
It may be the Eye of Twilight's creation in times gone by, for it shines with the sky's rainbow hues within.
Could it be the warlike winged beast of her father's tales? But the sleepy, dreary-eyed pony before her was soft as freshest plucked cotton. The girl still took this gift, for from the little creature she smelled the scent of clouds distant.
If it weren't for her, I would have suffered more accusations.
The new sporism sage says in admission. The scholars coming to deliver arguments, reproach, often stopped before the door, not coming to fruition. For the girl before the door soothed their blazing anger, like the soft clouds, gentleness in accumulation.
Do you know what sacrileges he has committed?
The girl muddles her answers, yet her heart knows in full admission.
Like you and me, he too wishes to heal all of this world's afflictions.
The girl treated ailments for many years in the grove, composing her medical treatises into tomes. When scholars seek medical help, she realizes with a startle that kindness too can grow into its own bloom. By that time, the twilight already lost their eyes, and the world drowns in evernight, while the girl and the healer again traverse the world in gloom. Seeing the golden thread and ivy in the night, though it has been long since she recalled her past, she once again thinks of her childhood dream.
Should the sun be dimmed by destiny's decree, then the dawn that heals the world I shall replace.
What is interesting is at least we are under the impression that Cypher is dead, right? But she only has her third chapter, which would fill in here. But she would need 2 more to fill in her card completely, like Aglaya, who we know is also, like, who is dead. Like, her soul is gone and everything. So I'm curious if Cypher, you know, her whole, if everyone believes it, it becomes the truth kind of deal. I'm curious if Cypher's still slipping through the cracks and not, like, fully dead.
If every single scar equals a coin, then the girl always pursued would be worth her weight in gold. Deception, theft, and night heists. But her nerves failed her when it mattered most. The girl clutches meager loot to her chest, escapes, muttering curses, bearing her pain.
We're head on. I definitely win next time.
She always longs for the coin of whimsy's blessing and creed. Yet the coin in the air always suddenly disappears, as if in reply from the trickery type. Day and night flow, and the thief's star makes circles across the sky, while time molds the girl into an adult. The cloak once used to conceal her entire body now only suffices as a hood that barely covers her fringe.
No matter. These days, I have no need to hide.
With a confident stride and a silver tongue, her perfected fraud thieving every opportunity as a result. And at curtain fall hour, those treasure-seeking steps fade into the moonlight. When she appears again, her arms are laden with money's weight. What is the art of thieving?
Stealing from the poor. Not enough loot. Stealing from the rich. That's a boring task to boot.
The girl narrows her eyes of greed towards those called the Chrysos heirs. The golden vines of the sages' homes, the sacred carcass of the Deathward realm, the divine lyre, the seashore's pearl, and the crystal chalice of the thousand gates. The girl knows not the treasure's origins, only that they are all valuable beyond measure.
To have something priceless is the true art of thieving.
A pity the deceits are all eventually revealed, and the thief meets a rare defeat. A golden thread discerns her meticulous disguise, and the heroes hold down her third hand to imprison in this thief star made of human feet.
I take defeat with my head held high. Spare me your sympathy.
She frankly faces the accusations, knowing that escaping would be nothing more than child's play. So the Chrysos heir outside the cage smiles sweet.
Would you like to see my most precious?
A treasure bright.
It is a dress, like the beauty god Nestia's divine body, more blinding than the sun, rivaling the moon in its glory.
It is woven by divine threads.
It captivates even the gods.
But all the lies and deceit are revealed under the golden thread's query.
The world-famous thief is stirred by such grand words into a flurry.
Then just you watch. This wondrous dress will forever remain in my own gallery.
But yeah, I'm very suspicious that her card isn't complete. You know what I mean? See, Castorus's card is going to be fully complete, which means like Castorus's like part of the story is pretty much done. You know what I mean? And then it looks like Mighty's is going to be complete in this go round. So sad.
The two girls frolicked in the wheat fields, fleet as doe deer, making ripples in the shallow puddles and pools clear. As dusk approaches, the exhausted girls collapse over the wheat heaps, talking about their longings and dreams of literature, love, and a journey through a world dear.
Oh, Sky, slow your closing gaze. How I want to keep this moment in my hands forevermore.
On that day, the breeze was warm and gentle. At that time, death was soft and fair. The broken-winged butterfly falls by the window, bringing with it a scent of melancholy. The girl looks outside. Golden wheat fields rolled endlessly, stretching to the horizon. Holding to the chair, she tries to stand, only to find her legs trembling and feeble.
Don't worry, Pelixia.
Her older sister whispers beside her ear, and on her sister's shoulder, the girl weeps mournfully. And time thus becomes silent, painted with sighs only. When hearing the healer's diagnosis, the girl remained deathly still. Her eyes were already drained of tears, and her heart a wilted grave.
Every time she has something on her mind, she would tilt her head and look outside.
Her sister follows her gaze, seeing a barren field turned by wind into a desolate gray expanse. Till one day, when the girl looks outside, she sees a dash of dark blue, most brave.
It's a flower my sister planted.
Like the torrential river of life, it pours into the depths of her heart. The flower is called Antilla. Even in the Netherland, it's rumored to thrive.
You are the quiet in my heart, amidst the chaotic choreography.
That seems to be its floriography. When the days are warm, the sister would take the girl on long journeys through the flower fields, gazing upon rivers, napping amongst the grove, a discussion hardy.
After I die, I want to become an Antilla flower and become the quietness in your soul.
A thoughtless word from the girl gains her a wrapping on her forehead most dainty.
Do not speak of dusk when you have yet to see the dawn.
Dew drops from the petals as wind pulls on the leaves, and the two of them sit in quietude. The girl asks for the means to tend to the garden, and while her sister sounds concerned, her heart is relieved. But the concern is well-founded. The girl tripped and fell into a mire. She gazed directly into the eyes of death in that dark pool, bottom unperceived.
I've been the weight upon my sister's wings. Let this be where it all comes to rest.
The girl gives up her struggles, only to see a figure pierce through the water's surface.
I won't allow you to walk through the dusk alone, or enter the night of no reprieve.
Her sister sobs without end, and the girl has to gently hug her and softly relieve. And then, this distant memory turns bleary, difficult to retrieve. The river of souls flows to the other side, wrapped in the land's night, broad, slow, an eternal and silent sight. It belongs to all in this world that has life, all of which flows downstream, converging as one. The master of the nether realm Thanatos, enshrouds themselves and the souls within the moon cocoon. The dragon, born from the cocoon, carries a girl, soaring upstream the river of souls, defying its eternal flow. Their connection flows tighter than blood, and the key that opens the netherworld's gates is the sisters' selfish plight. Back then, the boreal winds cut through to the bone. Back then, death was a bitter and stabbing fright. In the netherrealm, without an earth or sky, a flower named Antilla blooms, its beauty witnessed by but one soul.
You are the quiet in my heart, amidst the chaotic choreography.
The younger sister scores through the blooming Antilla fields, never finding that promised dark blue sprig. She silently made up her mind.
Death, leave all your dark nights to me, and save the dawns for her.
The younger sister gazes at the moon cocoon high above and plans a trip to the mortal realm, a distant flurry. A bard once sung to musical notes.
Do not turn back. Oh, do not turn back. The long hand of shadow will retain the dead behind their gates.
The giant dragon born from the moon cocoon willingly offered itself as the enduring barge of the River of Souls.
No need to turn back. Oh, no need to turn back. That price had long been paid for you by someone else.
The dragon lowers its long neck and places the girl on its back. In slumber, she will unknowingly greet the dawn of her rebirth. The dragon flaps its wings in the chilly gloom of the floating dead upstream, ferrying from purity into grime, going from silence to roaring boom. The souls of countless poets flounder past, their distant rhymes endless like foams.
Do not turn back, for to look toward the land of mortals is in itself turning back.
In this pale dawn, the sun's first rays light the night ablaze. So the dragon crosses the sea of souls onto the shores of life and strands itself in the gleam. We know not where these stories arise. They are scattered across the shallows with the waves. The confession the girl made before her departure still echoes in the tide's heaves.
If there is anything for me to leave behind, may it find a soul to remember. This is the ode of my life, and I've already penned my last stroke.
Yeah, see, like, once it fills in fully, it's like their part of the story is gone. And so that's why I'm, like, super suspicious about the fact that Cypher still has 2 blocks to go. on if Cypher's actually dead or not. No Phynon? The solemn council is still filled with clamor. Future's destiny still whirls in discussions of candor. To discard the city and save oneself, or to chase the flames that waver. None knows the choice that would lead them to a place better.
I fear. How can mere mortals defy the gods?
I worry. How can mortal bodies reforge the world anew?
I suspect that the prophecy is simply a rumor.
In the distant past, the Holy Maiden brought the first prophecy to all city-states.
Hearken to the sounds that the doors whisper.
Very curious why some of these are narrated by Phynon and some of these are not. In the name of the gods proper, hope she will give to humanity. Though she falls into confusion, she will bring guidance to this world and vigor.
Overthrow the gods, it declared.
Of the previous journey, she will always remain aware. The Queen of Laws lifted the flag to chase the flames of flare. The tripartite prophecy guided all the world's heroes, all who dared, and building a new world was their oath of yesteryear. The earth roared for them, the tides surged for them, the scales of destiny shivered violently, then slowly calmed. The core flames of the Titans rested here, while the blood of companions congealed over there. The child led one hero after another to their end, but no end awaits her, no rest to prepare.
Teacher, do not hesitate.
The Weaver of Gold brushes aside the child's tears.
The world still walks on the path you indicate.
The prophecy still stands, even if the actors now different faces wear.
Restore the core flames, it declared.
The solemn council is still filled with clamor. Future's destiny still whirls in discussions of candor. To stop right there and seek peace, or to continue a work still unfinished. None knows the choice that would lead them to a place better.
Stop. We only wish to live life as it is. No more.
Cease. Our achievements already stand tall.
Rest up! We only wish to live in peace and prosperity.
The discussions today are the same as those in times past. Retreating now will forever deny us the future. The child has already conquered her confusion and fear. No longer before the mists of fate will she cower.
Hearken to the sounds that the doors whisper.
She travels through the myriad passages, burning with determination to once again bring light to humans through her endeavor. The children fly into the streets, wishing to encourage the residents' faith.
Please, be not afraid. We will definitely bring you to a new home. Lady Trevi, Lady Trianne, please, don't cry.
Do not worry. We trust you always.
The matron wipes away the tears on the children's faces, and praying ones piously bless them in faith. The lost ones take the children's hands, just as the prophecy guides their
There's
path.
a divine authority, it declared. Quiet Trinan has little to say. Lively Trianne loves to play, and well-behaved Trevi roams around all day.
The people's encouragement rings sincere. The Chrysosaur's companionship lasts through the years, and mother's embrace warms up every day, every dream. Thus the child understands, thus the child accepts, though countless farewells on her shoulders weigh, through destiny's blood dries like clay. There will always be passageways filled with the warm sun rays that silently open to them in future and past days, and from them a voice says,
Forge miracles, it declared.
Oh, I don't want to do Mighty's last one. Oh.
As always, qualities, to perceive the man's fury, one must do so 7,000 paces away. The Kremnos he guards is once again shrouded by mist. Rust, blood, and fire are the ceremonial ode to the demigod. There is no one to witness or to give cheers of glory. The final Kremnos festival goes on without end. The victor shall embrace death and silence, and his glory will only be remembered by the defeated array. For that man, laws and seals no longer have meaning. War and battle never cease for a single minute. Each passing day indistinguishable, morning and night entwined. The corpses pile up, filling ravines, forming mountains strong. He carved time with peak's edge and counted the fleeting years by fires of war. Sometimes the lion would climb to the hilltop to look down on the world and search for friends in longing. The distant heavens and earth stretched vast and boundless, but their endlessness felt ever more remote. Like Nikador, he cannot escape madness's clutches, guarding the city alone and embroiled in war. The murmurs of the black tide constantly sound in his ears, yet a flame soars up his chest every moment, casting light upon the indomitable path behind him. Memories seal the echoes of the past as the man strides into battle, fists clenched fast. He is the wound this world must bear, the new king before whom old gods despair. As stated in Idonia's poems, humans are born with eyes closed to accustom to this world's light, and their sight fades in old age to reacquaint with night's anthems. But the man did not bow to the decay of time, rejecting the lure of death's call. With each return from the brink of death, his eyes burn with fury, fixed upon his foes, until everything suddenly faded away, like a surging black tide swallowing all into nothingness. The world dissipates in the roiling black tide's requiem. Even the lion will one day die, a departure with no way back. With a sudden fall, his pierced chest hits the ground, and slowly flowing into the underworld is his golden blood, departing his system. But that gaze, fierce as flame, never dimmed, not even in death, looking beyond those flame-seeking figures, reaching far toward the endless horizon. In the morrow sky, the stars will chant, "The lone king of Kremnos is called Mighty." His journey was one of ceaseless, eternal warfare, and behind him, he left a world ablaze with glory. On the day that the grove fell, he accepted his defeat and demise, as if embracing truth mercy.
Believe in Titans, and you'll have a happy death. Deny the Titans, and you'll have a fulfilling death.
Yet, as the lightened soul bids farewell to its heavy shell, a Titan made an untimely call.
Do not be startled, child of humanity. You have a final query in this world.
You finally came.
He does not seem shocked and lets the core flame take over his shell.
Be more punctual next time, if you will.
Upon his first meeting with the Titan, the blasphemer is already on his best behavior. And towards the suggestion to reforge his body, he paid no mind.
I have so kindly offered you the best body. So why do you insist upon your mortal imperfection?
The scholar replies in candor.
Only by retaining the various flaws can my humanity be preserved in rigor.
Well, that's interesting. I either overlooked that or, like, forgot about it, that apparently Cersei tried to give him a new body, and he was like, nope, I will take my crumbling human one instead.
His form remains in the mortal realm, while his spirit walks the river of souls' shores. Between life and death, he fatigues. Dwelling in the child of humankind's thoughts and senses, the Titan cannot bear to remain a mere spectator.
Why not ask me your questions, child of humanity? I am rich in wisdom, and shall speak with no ambiguity.
As though an unspoken pact, the scholar asked the god about all things, feigning a humble quest for knowledge.
Do you treat me just as a way to answer questions? A mere machine?
The Titan got what they asked for.
You should thank me, for good questions are rarer than good answers.
Compared to the joy of a new life, the scholarly breakthrough carried home alongside death filled the scholar's heart with more fervor. He returned to the Scourged Grove many times, and the black tide followed. Despite his defeats, he never sought help or permission. But at every desperate moment, the Titan would eventually take over one half of his body. The union of man and God. A flawed and clumsy choreography. It happened but once, a perfect harmony. One man, one God, speaking in one breath.
Stop stepping forward at the same time as me.
The Titan once revealed the secrets of mixing life. A boon, seemingly a blessing, but full of malice.
What a tempting bait. But that's not my desired chalice.
Divine power is within his reach, but the scholar is not moved by that essence. This long and abnormal temptation is also a trial of elevation, for the sage can achieve all things, but shortcuts alone he abhors with silence.
I truly do hope that they're gonna make these into actual cards, especially like if you could get them in metal. Oh, these would be great metal cards.
Teacher, in this tumultuous world, have you thought about your will?
It was just a joke, but the scholar, still at the grove, answered with extreme caution. He has much to say about his posthumous affairs, exhausting all, fearing the smallest omission.
Teacher, could it be that you fear death?
The assistant asks in concern. It was a question needed, yet he gave no direct reply.
Philosophy is the inquiry into death, and I have always considered myself a philosopher.
The assistant recounts all of the scholar's final wishes, each mighty as a mountain, asking what seemed impossible.
The tombstone must be made of my treasured rare stones, carved with Dromus patterns.
But that stone is a miracle of alchemy, tough beyond measure. No chisel could have shaken.
That's also his plan.
The assistant softly reveals the hidden plot.
He hopes that instead of shedding tears over his death, we will find it in us to smile, even in a moment of sorrow.
It's rumored that in the depths of the grove, the scholar left a teaching ingenium, imitating himself to the utmost detail.
Go back. The living have not exhausted their thoughts. Go back. The dead have no desire to teach their works.
The ingenium's words are cold and detached, like the deceased man himself.
But if you have no one to talk to, fine. You can sit and converse.
Now, the grove is no longer bustling, and the scholar has returned to dust. Thus, few in this world now know how he was also troubled by solitude in life. Someone once suggested,
Perhaps your ambition should also find its place among your final wishes.
Pointless notion.
he dismissed in derision.
Unveiling the countenance of the gods is a task for the living.
Perhaps that is his haughty position. Such a melancholy topic, yet he insists on feigning a twist, avoiding it altogether. Perhaps these chapters should not be retained. Most are from the scholar's handwritten drafts, shown without his permission. Yet there seems to be a voice there in remonstration.
It's just the past. What harm is there in revelation?
Even in passing, his hubris still resounds in reverberation.
The smaller a thing is, the more it shows its weight. The more foolish my name is, the more glory my achievements will be in comparison.
But yeah, the fact that Cypher's isn't done makes me really suspicious that if Cypher's dead. Because we know that Hyacinthia is currently holding up the sky, and so she's not dead. And then, so like, very suspicious on the fact that we still have 2 cliques here. And then we still have Fugosia, Griorios, Tantalon, and I always forget who this is. To fill in the wheel. So many things happened all of a sudden. Farewells are always so abrupt, making it hard to say what's truly in one's heart. Since we have time now, if you had to say goodbye to me, what would you say? Just curious. That's what I think too. It's strange. When I think about parting, I don't feel too sad. Could it be because I've never experienced it before? So is everyone's story coming to an end? I always wanted to see a new story, but now my feelings are a little different. I really hope everything about them never reaches an end. I should be more surprised, but somehow I knew Kalis would say that. Then there's no need to dwell on it. No matter what happens next, no matter what you decide, I'll always stand by your side. We are the best of partners, and that will never change, right? We got a whole 10 pool. Or a pool, not a 10 pool. I think we're at what, 99 now? Yeah. Okay, well, that took a hot minute, but continuing on the storyline format, let us... where is it? Let us get the memory fragments. I know we've done some of these, so if I remember them. It says one of them's around here. Is it above? Huh. Am I blind? It says there's supposed to be... I'm looking at like a little guide on where all the memory fragments are. It says that there's supposed to be one here. I know they don't disappear if you read them, I don't think. Okay. Maybe they do disappear after you watch them. That'll make it easier for us if they do. Okay, so it says one. There it is. Have we listened to this one? So you did come creeping in here after all, Mighty. I didn't know about anywhere else, but that conspicuous body of yours is bound to be noticed in Memorial Palace. Is there something I can do for you? Nothing in particular. I feared you wouldn't be prepared to bathe with that immortal body of yours. You're here, and that's all that matters. It is strange, though, that now that I say it, I thought that the black tide would have no effect on you. Oh? It seems that power comes from the gods, after all. If even they themselves are at its mercy, it's only natural that they are unable to protect you. Yes. So, is the black tide your only weakness? No. I see you're trying to get rid of me. I'll change the topic. There is something that I actually wish to ask you. There are a few in the city who can match me in battle, and the chances to battle non-humans are few and far between in my travels. Because of this, it has been hard for me to observe the weaknesses in my swordsmanship until I met you. When I crossed swords with you because I lacked endurance and your powerful blows nearly knocked my blade from my hands, if it weren't for my slightly superior technique, I fear you would have defeated me. Technique? Ha, you mean your laughable little tricks. I know how to relate to you now. As we have fought before, how about we share some of our insights? We have battled for all of this time, yet I have never seen you fatigued. How do you train? Would you consider teaching me? I fear you will be disappointed, hero. That is not due to my training. I am simply more capable of enduring pain and suffering than you are. Okay, seems we might have listened to that one, because we didn't get any shards. I felt like we might have, but I wasn't for sure.
Have you heard?
Okay, so there is one over here, apparently. A water lyre? I've seen it before. It's a signature instrument of Carmitus. According to the records, Carmitus was a distant city blessed by Menestia. All our residents were artistic prodigies. Alas, Carmitus disappeared a long time ago, along with those precious arts long lost to time. This water lyre has been there for a long time, unable to secure a worthy musician to play it. Beautiful things are destroyed easily, and art is always accompanied by misery. Menesta's blessing is also a curse. Maybe I can try playing it. For real? Go try it out. But it should be fine, let me try. After some time, simple tuning, the water lyre slowly emits a lovely sound. Looks like I still haven't lost the skill that Mother taught me. Dear guests, if you don't mind, allow me to play a piece with this water lyre for everyone. I may not be able to perform at a level told in stories, but it should suffice as a post-bath entertainment. Interesting. We got an achievement. But I didn't see us get any memory fragments. Oh, Bartolo's is just in here now, okay. Oh, I thought I'd be able to come back and talk to him later. Oops. Well, that's what I get for being lazy. I wonder if that one's like, don't ask him any questions. Oh, okay. Glimpse all fragments of recollection in the Eternal City, Akama. Stop all spirit thief thefts in Eternal City of Akama, Strife Ruins, Bloodbath Battlefront, and the Abyss of Fate. Okay. Nifty. Okay, so there are no more in Akama that I haven't already seen. Yeah, so I think this thing gives you memory fragments every week, and you're supposed to come and get them picked up. And I was not doing that. Okay, so since I got the thing saying I'd seen all the memory fragments in Akama, I'm going to assume we are good there. Okay. The placement of the after images seems a little off. Perhaps the environment here is different now to how it once was. Ha, the Chronolans festival is really something this year. To think that the only person to break through the siege and fight their way to me was such a young and rather frail-looking warrior. King Europon, do not underestimate this frail-looking warrior who stands before you. My name is Gorgo. I have come to claim the one wreath. Even if it is you who stands against me, my spear will not hesitate. Your name is Gorgo? Your parents have some arrogance. Do they not know that that was the name of the one that built Krymnos? It was not my parents who named me this. I once killed a lion with my bare hands, achieving a feat similar to that of Gorgo, conqueror of lions. From that moment on, I changed my name to Gorgo. I will follow the example of that previous ruler and carve out a glorious new future for Castrum Krymnos with my own blood. Very well, then. Raise your spear, Gorgo. The spear of Gorgo and the blade of Europon clashed, and they struggled against each other on the battlefield like two clones of Nikidor, as blood and dust streaked through the air. After a few rounds of battle, both warriors came to a halt. Europon's thigh had been pierced by Gorgo's spear, and the wound on Gorgo's throat threatened to take her life, if it grew an inch deeper. Gorgo, you have truly exceeded my expectations. Just what would I expect of a king, now that you cannot move and my weapon is out of my hands? I fear that we must call this a draw, though I'm certain that I have earned myself that wreath, have I not? No. My king, if you are not yet satisfied, then take my head as the king. However, this has nothing to do with victory or defeat. The battle is over, and I simply do not wish to shed meaningless blood. You misunderstand me just now. If you had managed to last 10 rounds against me, the crown would be rightfully yours. If your spear had pierced my throat or my heart, you could have taken the crown and been bathed in the blood of Krymnos as the new ruler. However, we are matched in both skill and will. Bathed in the light of Nikidor, we both sow the seeds of the 5 great virtues. Gorgo, would you wear the crown as queen of Krymnos, wield your spear and shield by my side, and defend the glory of Castrum Krymnos with me? Interesting. The placement of the afterimage seems a bit off. Right. We will hold a coronation ceremony here in the Lance of Fury Temple, where Nikidor tempered the divine blade. Kratos, warrior of Krymnos, has demonstrated the 5 great virtues of the Krymnos during the festival, fighting with great spirit and spreading blood and death. Unfearing of the blade at the throat, manifesting the visage of courage. Unyielding to conniving trickery, protecting the crown of honor. Unblinking of eyes, burning bright, upholding the cornerstone of reason. Unbending from wounds to flesh, forging characters of tenacity. Undaunted by risking life to protect, embodying the corpus of sacrifice. I bestow upon you the title of the Watcher of Warriors, Kratos. Will you accept this name? It would be my greatest honor. I, Kratos, would give my life and defend your side like iron wings that hold the tight in honor of Krymnos. I think that was supposed to be might. In honor of Krymnos, but whatever. Kratos, you stood tall over 30 rounds against the hand of Europon. You stand as the most courageous of all warriors. As Queen of Krymnos, I bestow upon you a special duty. Mightymost, the prince that I carry in my body, will be born in this world in a number of months. He has inherited the iron bones of myself and King Europon, and has been bathed in the divine light of Nikidor day and night. He must become the new king of Krymnos. When that time comes, would you become his mentor, teach him martial arts, protect him from malicious plots, and give your life to protect his throne when he becomes king, as you have with King Europon? This, my queen, I would not dream of disappointing you with such an earnest request. Ha, Gorgo, you are so certain that Mightymost will be able to take the crown from my hands. Do not be ridiculous, Europon. You may have more faith in Mightymost than anyone. I cannot hide anything from you. If it were anyone in this world that could kill me, it could only ever be our child. If he will truly bear the crown of Castrum Krymnos, what does it matter if he takes my head? Silence, Europon. You wish for him to commit patricide like yourself? You are not to forget the promise you made me. I was kidding. Just kidding, Kratos, Master Primus of the Watchers. From this day forward, you shall be Mightymost's mentor. When the time calls, your loyalty to him shall supersede your loyalty to even me. Very well, King Europon, Queen Gorgo. Interesting. That he went from being okay with Mightymost taking over to being against it and throwing him into the River of Souls. There's one back here, apparently. I see it over there. Can't remember if these things will attack me or not. Honorable King, it does not matter how you repeat the steps of the prophecy, the outcome will always be the same. The prophecy has already stated that without question that your child Mimos will take your life, bring an end to Nicodora's eternal existence, and even the dynasty of Krymnos will fall at his hands. He will become the crown prince of a vanquished nation. King Euripon, what are you waiting for? Imagine the great undertaking that we conceived. You will be the eternal king, and Castrum Krymnos will continue on for a millennia. What is the life of a single baby compared to all of this? Insolence, that child is mine and Gorgo's flesh and blood. When did you gain the right to criticize my actions? King Euripon, please quell your rage. I understand your reasoning. Though Castrum Krymnos seems to be prospering on the surface, behind the scenes there is danger all around. Even Nicodor is gradually losing their mind under the attacks of our faceless enemy, the Black Tide. For the eternal future of Castrum Krymnos, I have no other choice. My king, the generation shall prosper from your verdict. However, there is one concern that remains. I know what you are thinking. A determined and talented warrior like Gorgo will not simply sit back and watch as we take Mightimos' life. I am certain that she will challenge me for the throne to try and protect her child, using what she is best at, gladiatorial, there we go, combat. It is not that I do not have faith in your martial prowess, it is just that Queen Gorgo has always been a match for you. If the unexpected were to happen, all of our well-laid plans would vanish into thin air. We are willing to sacrifice our lives and find a way to assassinate Queen Gorgo. Ha! Say what you will, but Gorgo is the queen of Krymnos and my wife. I shall be the one to execute this foul deed. Prepare a poison. Do not make it too strong, just enough to numb her body. I shall find a way to have her drink it the day that I leave. Gorgo and I met and fell in love in the blood and dust of battle, so allow me to bid her farewell personally in a battle once more. Absolute nonsense. How he's over here like, oh, the virtues of Castrum Krymnos, like no treachery and being willing to fight, and then it's like, oh yeah, let me just paralyze my wife so that she can't defend our child. A trick and whatnot. Let me just go do that and then like expect it to be fine. Okay. Great planning. Kratos, are you really going to leave Castrum Krymnos? Krymnos is prospering and King Euripon places great importance on you. Just the title of King Aegis is enough to win the admiration of thousands. Ignis, you only know me by my titles of champion and warrior and King Aegis's. King's Aegis? Whatever. What you do not know is that I bear another equally glorious title. That is the title of King's Mentor granted to me by Queen Gorgo. I don't understand why you're saying this. When I was a sprout like you, I hunted alongside Gorgo. With my own eyes, I saw her kill a lion with her bare hands. Back then, Gorgo was not yet queen. She was merely a ferocious but kind warrior. She treated every child in the tribe as her own. I was also fortunate enough to receive her tutelage and learn skills that I would not have claimed victory in Krymnos' festival without. The day I became a watcher, Gorgo looked me in the eyes, and exactly as she did back then, in her eyes, I was still her dear old friend. Queen Gorgo entrusted her child Mightimos to me. I vowed under the light of Nicodor that I would protect the Prince of Krymnos with my life. However, King Euripon has been bewitched by traitors and wishes his own flesh and blood dead. When Queen Gorgo doubled over and cried out in agony, I did not dare make a move. I hung my head and stilled my tongue. Queen Gorgo challenged King Euripon to gladiator combat to protect Mightimos. Unfortunately, she was defeated and had her throat slit by his blade. But when I examined her body, I found symptoms of poisoning. She fell to an evil plot. I failed Queen Gorgo. Now I hear that Castrum Krymnos has detachment army roaming outside the city. Rumor has it their leader is one of the defied death. Kratos, I am going to find that lone army. I believe Mightimos has returned. Okay, so there's only one other in this area, so I guess I've done that one already. If you haven't guessed, for anyone who is new to my streams, I really enjoy the lore. I don't sit and make you all hear, like, in my OG videos, if I got any kind of writing, I would like sit there and read it out on stream because I really enjoy world building. But I know that that's not like everybody's favorite content, and so I was just like, okay, I'll read that when I'm not on the main stream. And then like that kind of deal. But like main stuff like this, where it's got like actual people, I will still read it on screen, so you will get a lot of mine are just like sit back, let's listen to the lore of Honkai Star Rail, less the combat, more just this kind of thing. But I know that's also not like everyone's cup of tea, so that's perfectly fine. Okay, let's see. So there should be one. Oh, there's only one in this area, so if I've already gotten this. It's this one here. Oh. The placement of the after images seems a little off. Perhaps the environment here is different now to how it once was. Okay, so just realize that this is different. Okay. Great Holy Maiden, you are here to collect volcanic glass again. Indeed, there is constant need for it in the city at the moment. Things are truly dire. How is the city faring at the moment? People are saying that this unrest in politics, you don't think it will lead to war, do you? Great Holy Maiden, you must tell me, if there really is unrest, I would like to take my family somewhere safe to live out their days. My friend, if it really came to war, I fear there would be no safe place to run to. This is true. Great Holy Maiden, take this volcanic glass with you. Please don't go down to the mines to source it yourself anymore. The fractured surfaces of those red crystals are far too sharp. My heart hurts every time I see your hands dripping with blood as you leave. Thank you. Come to think of it, just let me know the next time you need some ore. I may seem busy, but I can always make time to carve some volcanic glass for you. There is no need for you to go to such trouble. This is likely the last time I shall come to collect volcanic glass. I understand, Great Holy Maiden. Please take care of yourself. I have heard word that those officials have been treating you poorly. If it becomes too much for you to bear, you must escape. Amphorius is so vast. There I go talking about these things again. I appreciate your intentions. Perhaps I could run away, but sometimes it seems as if although fate has opened many doors to you, there is still only one path that you can actually walk. Okay, so those are like hidden achievements. I wondered if they showed them. Okay, and so I was wondering, because my walkthrough I'm using only has up to this map, so that we're not just running around the map constantly. But I'm trying to see if I can find somewhere. Okay. Let's see how we get to that. Oh. Let's grab this quest while we're here. You're late, Acolyte. Quickly, take your position. Several lost item requests are still waiting to be traced. Wait, I've never seen you in the sanctum before. The temple is well guarded. How did you manage to get in? Or perhaps it's a sign of permission granted by Yanis. Tell me, do you know anything about the mechanism on the wall? That's not something you should say lightly. Still, if you're privy to such details, perhaps you really are the one I need. This device is called Yanis's Maze, a divination tool at the Gate of Infinity. It can trace the location of anything. There's a backlog of requests this month, and the acolyte meant to handle them is nowhere to be found. And now you appear. That's some quick understanding. Don't you think this is an arrangement of the Fate Titans? Don't worry, you'll be well compensated. Now let's give it a try. Stand in front of the maze, and I'll use a simple question as the example to get you familiar. Oh, Gate of Infinity, please guide us. Where is the cookie I saved yesterday? The maze groans deeply. The maze has been revealed. I'll leave it to you. Alright. We're not doing that right this second. We are going down here. And then apparently the recollection is down here. Ah. I feel like I've read this one to you all before. Yeah. Whoa now, wait a minute. Interesting. I thought that was the, you know the Garden of Recollection lady that has the face mask on? I thought that was her for a minute. I was about to be like, hold on a second. Hey, that person in rags headed towards the temple just now. Guess who that was? Judging by their clothes and the fact that I don't recognize them, probably a refugee seeking solace here. That man is the king of Bolsa, former lord of the city. Huh? How can that be? Skin and bones. The breeze on the bridge almost blew him down into the ravine just now. It doesn't look like anything like a king. Oh, we have read this one. Okay. So I have read both of those. I don't think I got the achievement. Oh, there's another one. Okay. Oh, it's in the same room as our last one. Here. Great maiden, what prophecy has the Fate Titan shown you regarding the fate of Bolsa? Okay, we've read this one as well. I remember that one. So it's also reading, you have to also read those scrolls to be able to get those achievements. So let me do a quick run for the scrolls to make sure that I've got that achievement before we move on to the next area. Where is it? Okay, it's over there.
So this is,
Praise the passage titan Gaddis, gate of it.
And there's another one over here, apparently. And then there's one in here. Okay, so I probably already have the achievement for this area then, if it is done. Fortress. So let's go to the Grove of Epiphany then. I hate getting to some of these because some of them don't have teleport points, so you have to take the long route. Okay. So there is a memory fragment here. Master Kalinicus, we have installed bronze detonators along the number of the Grove main roads as you have instructed. Very good. Can we proceed according to plan? There will be no issues on the technology side. We have already held detonation tests and ensured that they'll be able to damage the bodies of Titans. It's just what? It's just that such methods are blasphemous. Ha! Such things are not important in a moment of crisis. What matters most is that we slow the invasion of the Black Tide as much as possible. I never thought that when our backs were against the wall, we'd be forced to use Anax's wicked ways. Other scholars had such reverence for the gods that they never researched this evil technology. Even if the Titan disagrees, it's not like they'll say anything. Alright, that's enough lamenting. Gravitas, you have another important mission now. I need you to find a way to leave the Grove immediately and head to Akma to request aid. I do not know if the Grove can withstand this threat. If we can just hold out until reinforcements arrive, then we will be well. If not, I have no choice but to entrust the core flame to that woman. You want me to leave the front line and be a deserter? Okay, we have done this one. I remember this one. We have done that one. And then is this the old man at the books? Yeah, it is. Okay, we've done this one as well. And then, is this the one with the two sisters? One of which was a chrysosaur? Yes. Okay, we've done this one as well. Pretty sure this one we will not have done, this last one, because this is one of the areas I had to find during my exploration run, that there's no way to get to it. Story, like it says not show up in the story going to this area. Let's not go over there. Greetings. Please review for us an object that can be defined as a tree seed. It is located in a place difficult to reach by foot, with a stone platform bearing the hand of Zagreus within view. We lack control. God of trickery despised. Aid requested. Gratitude. Thank you. May Cersei safeguard your thoughts. Interesting. Okay. Ah, look, he's back. Well, tell us, Potamos, what is it like in there? The rumors are true. It's a beautiful courtyard covered in shining objects. Fireflies, shards of glass, colored paper. I've never seen such a beautiful place. So the young girl doctor, how is it that she cures people? As you all know, I lost contact with my dear friends in other cities long ago and only recently learned of their cities being devoured by the Black Tide. The pressure is already great living in these end times. With the grove now engulfed in darkness, I am starting to lose my mind. We all feel the same. The young girl doctor is extremely young. She did not give me any medicine or blessings. She simply handed me some tea, biscuits, and sugared candy that she had pre-prepared and asked me to share my worries with her. I don't know why, but while bathed in the warm sunlight and enjoying a cup of tea as I opened up about my worries, I really do feel much better. Yeah, that's what we really want to know. That courtyard, is there really light in there? There really is. I didn't believe that there were places outside of Akama that still had daylight either. However, there really was a single ray of light that descended from the heavens in this courtyard. Though it was actually somewhat dim, not overly bright, to me it was all the warmth I needed. You can come in now, my next friend. Welcome to the Twilight Courtyard. Ah, it's my turn. It's my turn. Okay, so that's the last one we needed for the Mermaid Woods. Okay, so Dawn Clown and Twilight both have 2, so let's do Styxia next. I apologize. Is there not any in Styxia? I can't find like any kind of guide, but they have the maps. I imagine they would have to have. All right, we'll just do a quick run around. None of them. I don't think. Yeah, because they have this one. Interesting. Oh no. 9, 10, 11. There are 12 Godspeed coins left. It should be enough if I'm only buying time for a little deliverer, right? Boss, are you really gonna do this? You're absolutely sure? No takebacks? Huh. What's wrong? You scared? No, I'm just worried. You know that fellow in black is ridiculously strong. Are you scared of death, Bartholos? Huh? Why are you asking that all of a sudden? It's nothing. I just want to tell you that I'm not. I'm simply reunite with the princess homebody, that's all. What's there to be scared of? What I'm afraid of is that my final moments won't be of any value to this world, just like my people. I feel the same way, boss. If I don't get to perform the greatest deception, trickery with you once, I won't be able to rest in peace. I know you'd say that. Come on, just follow our plan. You have to stay with the big sis Treby and Trinon. Remember, you're merely a letter now. Don't make any noise to scare them. I won't disappoint you, boss. Who would have thought that our final trick would be built on an unconditional mutual trust? How exhilarating, Zagreus. The cat who lived a million lives. Okay, so there's one. Is there any in here? I don't see any in here, so we should be good to move forward. This is a puzzle room, by the way. I did not mean to do this side quest off camera, but that is what happened. Okay, so it does not look like there's one here. Ah, here's one. My friend, stay here. Remain in the nether realm with us and savor this eternal serene moonlight together. Warrior, lay down your arms. There's no need to return to the bloody battles of the noisy mortal world. That burden is no longer yours to bear. Crown Prince, is that you? We are still on the march to conquer Adonia. Look, the snowy plains are stained red, littered with limbs. Did we win? Crown Prince, why do you ignore me? Why do you stay silent before comrades who died loyally for you? I'm sorry, I cannot turn back. Valorous death before glorious return. My son, you refused to fall in combat instead and insisted on returning to the mortal world. Do you dare call yourself a Crimnoan? Think you still have the right to sit upon the throne of the great kingdom that you destroyed? I don't think so. Shut up. Since when did Crimnoans grow so weak as to become someone else's quiet support? After all, you and I both thrive on strife and fear. Get lost. Mighty Moose. Don't stop moving forward. I don't remember ever teaching you to be weak. Mother, but we never met. Mighty Moose, stand tall and let your steps move forward. The bloodline of Gorgo flowing within you shall guide you home. Stand tall, bloodline guiding you home. A world on the verge of collapse. Gorgo's son will be here at once. Hope I didn't hope I didn't keep you waiting too long. Okay, that did not set off the achievement, so we are not done. Sorry, this one's a lot more running around. There's no guide for this area yet. Or none that I could find. At least. Okay, I know there's one there, but is there one out here? Oh, there are two in here. Interesting. All done, but I do feel like something's still missing. This looks amazing, but isn't it missing these two friends from beyond the sky that you mentioned before? Oh, you're right, that was close. Let us think. How about adding them in the corner of the painting? Little Gray and Danny are such good people. They definitely wouldn't blame us. Being all alone in the nether realm makes it feel like we've forgotten so much. It's such a bad feeling. Luckily, you're here to keep us company. When telling you stories, we recall so many past experiences. I've wandered these places for so long, and I've forgotten literally everything about my life before. The only thing I remember is a promise I made someone dear to me. See you tomorrow. Really? That's our favorite goodbye. Every time we part ways, we would say, see you tomorrow. Yes, see you tomorrow. What a beautiful wish. Perhaps it's time to say goodbye, Trian. I'd like to wander around some more. Guess it'll help me recall more things. All right, we'll sit here and wait for little Cass. While looking at the painting, we won't forget our friends. Farewell, Trian. Thank you for keeping me company for so long. It's us who should thank you. You're so gentle, reminding us of our mom. See you tomorrow. May we reunite on the fragrant shores of the western wind. So that's most likely their mom, who was waiting for them to come. The Tower of Styxia, the crumbling walls, the twin moons pouring down from their radiant light, and the blooming Antilla. Within Orynyx's miracle, this place appears utterly deserted. Perhaps the memories of this place require no Titan's power. They belong solely to you and her from that time. You remember right here how she revived ancient alchemy and summoned the broken corpse of the Netherwing from the River of Souls. You remember her here, riding Netherwing down the River of Souls, returning to the Netherrealm to claim the authority of Thanatos, and gently pushing you back to the world of the living. You remember her here, stepping out of the moonlight to embrace you, the warmth, the sweet scent, the whispered words by your ear, all so vivid. She finally got the embrace she always wanted. After that, she returned to where she belonged to fulfill the duties she was destined to complete. She left you a small garden, a testament that moment wasn't a fleeting dream, but a true memory. The place I'll be going to is where what humans call the Land of Sorrows. With this heartbeat and the residual heat of this embrace, I shall turn the Netherrealm into a gentle place of rest. This embrace may be brief, but it is the proof that I once lived. Castorus brushed against the petals with a motion gentler than the faintest breeze. The flowers swayed ever so slightly. Okay, so there's all of the Dragonbone City ones. And then we also got Glimpse the Fragment, Recollection on the Twin Moon Spire. Okay. Hopefully, the Dawn Cloud ones will, we can find a thing for it, so we're not having to run all over. Demigod Council. Nope. We are gonna have to run all over because they do not have a thing for it yet. Joy upon days. Okay, everyone, time for another run around.
All this free time, why not make the most of it with a game?
I would love if that means I got it. Read all the Enlightenment series in Dawn Cloud. Wonder if that means I got all of the scrolls. Okay, so there is a fragment over there. This is an introductory course in alchemy, and the subject matter deals with the essence of the soul. My name is Anaxagrius, and let me make it clear from the get-go, you are not to refer to me as Anaxa. In other words, should we meet at the Grove, or should you seek my wisdom at the lab, I will only respond to the name Anaxagrius. Let's rest the topic of names for now, Professor Anaxa. The two of them haven't gotten a word in yet. Address me as Professor Anaxagrius, Hyacinth. As the teaching assistant, you should be setting an example. And before you ask, allow me to explain why we're teaching here instead of all at the Grove. Because of the scholars of the Grove are currently very upset and are planning to hang Professor Anaxagrius. Abruptly clears throat. We are not here to seek political asylum. Or we are here to seek political asylum. What an eccentric professor. My name is Phynon, and this is Castris. We are officially sponsored students from the holy city of Akuma. Yes, looks like you already knew about us, Professor. Naturally, this is the most fundamental of fundamentals. But first, I must clarify that we're dealing with a complex subject. I will not be discussing any interesting trivia that you want to hear. I'm here to share knowledge that you cannot get from any other professor, which means that this won't be a course you enjoy. Now you still have time to pick other electives. Professor Anaxagrius, are there any other rules we should keep in mind apart from the name issue? My classroom is free of restrictions, and there's no need for you to abide by formalities. If something confuses you, you are welcome to interrupt me at any time. However, I would advise that you raise your hand instead of speaking freely. That's all the rules. By the way, Professor Anaxagrius is also in charge of your History of Mythology course. As the potential issue in that one, should I tell them, or will you, Professor Anaxagrius? The course includes content some might call blasphemous. If you can't handle it, feel free to cover your ears, shut your eyes, and leave. Not a problem for us. We've heard all about your reputation. Good. You'll soon see those rumors aren't baseless. Hyacinth, pass out the syllabus and reading list. If you want to excel in this class, extra reading is a must. I can't teach you anything. All I can do is teach you how to think. Got it? Got it. That's fun. Okay, so there's one memory fragment. I know I haven't seen that one. So a good starting point for us, because it seems that we get about 3 to 4 per area outside of Akuma. Akuma had a lot. And then I'm gonna read this just on the off chance that that achievement did not mean that I got all of these. And then we will go up here. Okay, I visually can see one over there. I swear I have not seen these. Interesting. Okay, let's see what you have to say. Perhaps out of fear that their creations might surpass them, the Titans withheld the wisdom from their creatures. Little did they know that such simplicity and charm would forge a nobler, more harmonious spirit in the Dromas than the Titans themselves. Not bad. It is a touch of sophistry. I can't say that for some reason. Castros, you pass. Wait, Castros, how did you do that? Maybe it's because I read too many random books. And you, Finon, you handed me a blank sheet. What score do you think that deserves? Oh wait, I've read this. It's like this one we have read.
Kefali's divine life is not far from here.
Okay, I can't see any. I do appreciate being able to run way faster. Okay. So there are none here. Okay, I see this one. Alright, let's hear the Venerationism's definition of divinity. Divinity is the absence of mortal flaws, a state of completeness unique to the gods. That's the definition we've all agreed on. Let's return to the debate. Is divinity perfect? Regarding perfection, your definition is a state where an observer cannot point out flaws. Let me ask you this. Can Kefali identify flaws in divinity? We acknowledge that the all-powerful Kefali could point out flaws in other titans, but those would not be mortal flaws. They'd be flaws in divinity itself, which still aligns with the definition of perfection. The Venerationism's treatise, The 100 Tribes Praise of the God, mentions many flaws in the titan's divinity. The simplest example, Nikador, notorious for their ruthless and reckless bravery, embodies the divine nature of strife, making them perfect. Let me ask you this. Is Kefali's divinity more perfect than Nikador's? Can one form of perfection be more perfect than another? Can one circle be more circular than another? This is just a trap set by the opposing team, and I won't answer it. Even if we admit that one mountain is taller than another, the shorter one is still a mountain. You managed to breathe life into an ancient theories from the tedious Venerationism. Very impressive. You passed this mock debate. I look forward to your performance at the 742nd Great Debate. All thanks to Professor Anaxagrius' excellent teaching. Call me Anaxagrius. Blasphemer beneath the divine jaws. Okay, so we did get it. Glimpse all fragments in the dawn cloud. Delightful. Okay, so that means we can then go to ruined dawn cloud and start working on getting these. And there is a mission, so let's make sure to work on that as well. Oh, we don't want to go in there yet. We want to work our way forward. Doodly bop. And that's where Crateros is currently. And then there is something that I'll let you... Where is it? Did I not light the one that's in here? Maybe not. Oh, Skyfather, where's Elaine? Kalis, have you seen him? He's the priest in charge of the Coreflame caskets. I'm afraid he's trapped in the Demigod Council. The black tide is everywhere outside. If anyone can save him, it's you. Please, will you go look for him? Thank you. May the Skyfather watch over you. Okay. Anyway, you know those little blazing guys that like you click on them because they weren't lit and then you can light them up and then you got a torch from them. So after Kephales's fall and the lie is unveiled to show that or not Kephales's fall, but Aquila's fall, and the fact that Kephale has not been protecting them for like ages, you can actually find the burnt out ones, and then the torches you get from before you can use to light them up, and then people will gather around the light. It appears I did not get all of them, so that's also another collectible thing you can do. Okay, so I don't see any here. Oh, a puzzle? Oh, it's for the mission. It's still not working. Who are you? Yes, I'm Priest Elaine. You're Kalis, the Christos heir who inherited Ornyx's core flame? By the Skyfather's grace, I just retrieved the core flame casket. Please open it. The Skyfather once granted us the core flame's lingering warmth. When the black tide swallows the world, it will be the only thing that can give the children of humanity a brief respite. The ember is sealed inside one of these caskets. I want to run too, but if we find it, then we'll save so many more lives. Opening the core flame casket requires Ornyx's prayer. Lady Kindness is dead, and the elders and priests have scattered. You're the only one left who can do it. If you can help me, I'll give you something valuable. So whatever the priests have left behind, it's all yours. That's a relief. Please open the casket. Okay, tiny... Oh, wait, it's this thing. I remember. You have to make the design right. To unlock the box. This is how to prevent golden thread surveillance. In recent years, the Council of Elders' intentions have often been exposed due to the golden thread's eavesdropping. It is imperative that we find effective countermeasures, ciphered communications. Golden threads can perceive thoughts and extract information, but they are not omniscient, nor does knowing always equate to understanding. Gestures. Cover both hands with silk and inscribe messages onto each other's palms for silent exchange. Coded phrases. Layer true intentions beneath seemingly innocuous statements, ensuring only those within the circle can decipher them. Example, the place where we met 10 years ago is now filled with brooms. Severance. Compared to 1,000 years ago, the power of the golden threads appears to have waned. Recently, their tips have become increasingly frail and rigid, so much so that they can hardly be felt upon touch. Poisoning. With the weakening of the golden threads, their lesser nymphs are now easier to expel. A fumigation agent brewed with medicinal herbs can effectively drive away these unseen spies. Wooden shears. The power of Minista and Circes do not conflict. Using branches from the grove, only one may craft wooden shears capable of cutting the golden threads before they are even aware of the act. Disruption. The usurpers exercises the divine authority of Minesta. Golden threads are drawn to beauty and repelled by ugliness. Sound. Melodic music can intoxicate the golden threads, while harsh noises can distort their perception. Our ancestors' practice of holding discussions in theaters was indeed a piece of ancient wisdom. Filth. The effect of this method carries a strong stench and is rather undignified. Use with caution. The above secrets must be passed on discreetly and never be exposed, yet we cannot rule out the possibility that even as we write these very words, the golden threads have not spared us. After elder Lycurgus taught the art of arcane seals to the council of elders, they have also begun storing personal belongings in the core flame caskets, items they prefer to keep hidden from the outside world. This is likely one of them. Unfortunately, only Lady Kindness with her inner circle of cleaners knows what's inside the core flame caskets. There are a total of 320 registered core flame caskets. I managed to eliminate most of them based on the archival records. The Ember must be in one of the remaining ones. Please unlock the next core flame casket. I'll keep sorting through the records in the meantime. Okay. So they just both have to be lined up this way. Oh, there's many. Okay. So those two are now lined up. There we go. This is... Sorry, I tend to get overexcited. This is the Feast of the Covenant, an ancient mural of the era Chrysia that once hung in the Temple Pavilion. It depicts the foundation of the Memorial Palace during the signing of the Great City-State Alliance. It was once auctioned for millions of balance coins. That's odd. The accounting priest claimed it was stolen by the Spirit Thief. Time is running out. Please, let's move on to the next casket. How many do we have? 3? Oh, I see. Have to wait. We're just slightly getting off. All right. There we go. Let me check. This is the atoning bomb of the Skyfather. We claim that just a single drop of this into the bonfire in the Titan Cliff will atone you of all your sins, and the Skyfather will forgive you and grant you passage to the next era Chrysia in the apocalypse. Embarrassing as it is, this is one of our main sources of income. Yeah, every second. Please, people in the Holy City. All right. There's no time. Please open the next one. What do we got this time? That one's a lot easier. How many of these are there? Okay, fragment scroll of the Cleaner's Registry, number 7, 16th generation Olivia, architect officer. Served as the architect officer of Akuma, overseeing the restoration of the Memorial Palace, cleared sections of the collapsed underground chambers connecting various strongholds through tunnels. Passed away peacefully in sleep as essence has been extracted, awaiting for a suitable successor. 17th generation Livia Brewmaster, stationed at Memorial Palace, occasionally working at the Heroes Bathhouse, responsible for gathering intelligence on the Chrysosairs. When receiving the ambrosia, tapping the cup wall 3 times signals for intelligence to be discreetly attached to the bottom of the plate with the next serving. 41st generation Gregoni, scholar of Helicolysium, infiltrated the Helicolythism school to steal the research findings in pursuit of improving the inheritance ritual. Fatally injured by a hammer thrown during a discussion competition, did not survive. Essence has been extracted, awaiting suitable successor. 42nd generation Coroni, guard captain, stationed at Memorial Palace Market. Words. Responsible for granting passage privilege and responding to operations when necessary. Killed in a Nikador faction ambush. Fatally wounded while escorting refugees. Did not survive. A sharply written annotation. Every generation, every single one ends like this. Before acting on impulse, remember why you inherited this title. Is this the kind of death befitting a cleaner? Essence has been extracted, but it's temporarily sealed. Successor selection is postponed. Now this is something big. You know, I almost ended up like them once. No need to be on edge. The chaplain assigned me to oversee those Corflin cassettes, so I knew a few secrets. Even Lady Kindness extended me an invitation. Honestly, a seat in the Council of Elders is indeed a tempting offer, but becoming a cleaner means inheriting vast knowledge and memories at the cost of losing your own. I became a priest so I wouldn't have to fight on the battlefield. This is just too much for me. I've sorted through another batch of Corflin caskets. Still 72 more to go. Darn it, how long is this gonna take? But are you okay? No, it's fine. I'm fine. Please, let's keep going. Open the next casket. Alright, so are we making a partial circle? Okay. There we go. Your Kalis, right, the caskets, I need to keep opening them. Wait, this is an exam paper? No. A scripture? No, that can't be right. Don't worry, Kalis. I actually feel much better now. I remember now. This is the Oracles of Kefali. Every priest serving the Skyfather must swear their devotion to them before baptism. When I graduated from Neodism in the Grove, everyone assumed that I'd become an engineer, but on the day I was supposed to enlist, I swore an oath instead I became a priest. I'm sorry, Mr. Apuleius. I was scared of the black tide, scared of death, but now just like you, my time has come. At least for today, at least this time, I've gone through all the records, but I still can't remember. I still can't find the right Corflin casket. We're running out of time. I really am just useless like before. Thank you. You're right. I don't want to give up just yet. If you're willing to keep going, I'll summon another Corflin casket. Please, I'm counting on you. Alright, what are we doing for this one? So we have to have one like this, I think. How do we get... Huh. Oh, so one has to be sideways, and that's the only one that goes sideways. Okay. So let's wait for it to go back to that other bit. And it'll naturally, I just need to flip this one. Oh, is that not right? I am. The priest touches his face in disbelief, and suddenly he calms, as if accepting some unknown reality. I am Elaine. No need to check. This isn't the right casket. I remember where the ember is now. The core flame casket holding the ember is sealed behind 3 layers of arcane seals. Kalis, this is the final step. I know you can do it. So they just talked about how, like, if you become a cleaner, your own memories get overwritten by the prior cleaner's memories. So I wonder if Elaine is, like, slowly having their memories erased as they open up these caskets, and replaced by the other memories so that they can figure out which casket it's supposed to be. Oh, okay. He has disappeared. Okay. The first layer's down. The next one will only get more complex. Stay sharp. Okay. Let's see. Well, I was not meaning to rotate you to begin with. I was meaning to rotate this one. Wait for them to rotate. Bop. Alright. Easy peasy. Okay, let's use Oryx's power to break the final arcane seal. Okay, what are we looking at? Okay, so I need you to be there. And then you have to be the one on top. Yeah. The seals unravel, fading away as what lies within slowly comes into light. A single ember drifts downward, landing gently in Elaine's palms. Never thought I'd live to touch the Sky Father's core flame. So that's the kind of person I was, huh? Doesn't matter anymore. Please take the ember to the Dawn Cloud. Let it protect those who still remain. Because my time is almost up. Only Lady Kindness and the Cleaner knew which casket held the embers, so before you arrived I used a sealed relic to perform the Cleaner's ritual on myself, which is what I was saying. The ritual was rushed, incomplete. My memories are breaking apart like waves washing on the shore, erasing everything in their path. But in the end, at least it gave me an answer. Aranova, I once lived with that hope too, but with the black tide came, when I watched it consume my friends and heard their screams, I won't lie, I was still afraid. Afraid of the pain in that final moment, afraid of these endless dark that followed, even if some promised salvation beyond. Kalis, forgive me, there are just the ramblings of a coward at death's door. If the world is reshaped through a hero's eyes, then what about those of us who were never seen? Will we have a place in the next life? Well, then I'll take your word for it. Maybe we'll meet again, beyond the western winds, in a world of light free from pain. Kalis, thank you. You've helped me do something I can be proud of. Even if this is the end of the journey, I have no regrets. Wow.
Fortune follows luck, just like it always does. This is hardly enough for a seat at the table. A reward with no risk. I'll take it. This is hardly enough for a seat at the table.
Well, I did not mean to do a side mission. I just was like, oh, puzzle. That'll take not too long. It, in fact, took a moment. Or 2. Or 5. Okay. We probably haven't gotten that one because I would have had to defeat the monsters.
Serenity is before me.
Here, this thunder!
It's on me. Watch your head. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off. All in.
I'll watch over you and guide you on your path.
Show no mercy. Oh.
Watch your head.
The dead return!
No
Was
dirty.
that it?
All in.
Torment and doubt, farewell.
Conflict is pitiless.
Serenity is before me.
Here, this thunder! Show no mercy.
As if victory were ever in doubt.
And there is not a quick. So we will have to ride the platform up there to check for memory shards. I do not know why it transported me here. Instead of by the teleportation platform, but alright. Wonder if I got all of the memories, or if a memory will pop up later after I do something. And then there's no way I have the Twilight Cloud ones, but if they do not, since we've already gone over 2.5 hours, if they do not have a guide for it, we'll have to leave that for another day. Nope, does not look like there is one, and this is quite a map that takes a minute to get around, so we will hold off to do those for another day because we have hit the 2.5 hour mark. That's not what I expected to do with my time. I really was going to work on these, but we got distracted by doing something else that I wanted to make sure you all actually saw on stream. Let us go back. Oh, we should pick up that quest, shouldn't we? Do either of y'all have quests that I need to worry about? Alright, you don't. And I can't imagine you would either. Because there's like no one here. Okay. Okay, so let's grab that quest, because it should be the last out in the free world quest.
All this free time, why not make the most of it with a game?
Paris. I don't know any Paris. Don't hurt me or Heracles. Roar. That was the most 2013 roar I could have possibly done. Stay back, foul remnant of the Mad King. You are not permitted any further. Who are you? This place is dangerous. Get out of here at once. Wait, I think he was the hero that hunted down the Mad King with the Chrysosairs. What? Perfect. Please come and help us.
Watch over you and guide you on your path. Serenity is before me.
Conflict is pitiless. Is that it?
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. All in.
Hinas. Faced with an unstoppable power, the injured Titan King turns and flees, slipping into the Evernight Vale outside the city. Its staggering and broken form is so pathetic that you lose all urge to chase it down for a victorious counterattack, so you simply watch as her shadow disappears into the border where the light vanishes altogether. The fact that the Lance of Fury underlings would be so cowardly as to flee in defeat, pathetic. Thank you for saving us here. We would not have made it out of here alive without you. Ever since the fall of the savage god, the Titankin have been roaming the surrounding areas, attacking guards and passing trade caravans. This time it was Iason, leader of the Argo caravan, who fell victim. That's right, fortunately you and the Captain Camilla took action in time. If it were sent to meet Thanatos, no one would be left to support the city's merchants or dromuses. Groan. It's okay, Heracles. Though I've been spared my life, she did get away with my little treasure. This is no mere ordinary object. This divine object of Menestia is the golden thread of rebirth that she weaved herself. You must have heard this story. During the era Creatura, Menestia wove together the love of the world in their own cocoon to create a silk as a gift to Circes. Lady Aglaia sent me on an assignment to retrieve the miracles of the Titans. I worked myself to the bone to purchase this object from a group of nomadic thieves. Now it's been snatched from my hands by an enemy right before I arrived back at the city. Such a shame. Iason dropped his head with a sigh, his face painted with regret. It seems he is stuck between the sadness of having lost the precious item and the guilt of disappointing Aglaia. However, you sense his gaze darting between the ground surface and your body. That's wonderful. Thank you, Hero. Thank you, Hero. So, while I was traveling and selling my wares, I heard word from the refugees that the Titankin were gathering in Castrum Crimnos under the Black Tide. Only a hero such as yourself knows where they are. Hero, as the Black Tide outside the city is perilous, we mere citizens can offer you no assistance. All we can do is ask for you to take great caution. A treasure hunt. Partner, let's go on a treasure hunt. Okay. Anyway, I think there was also... Yeah, I was like, I feel like there was also a quest on Akuma here. So let's grab that before we get too far.
All this free time, why not make the most of it with a game?
Oh wait, I can't. I tried to collect that the other day and I couldn't because of the angle. Oh yeah, I haven't gotten the Fallen Cities recollections either. Whoops. For Kefali's sake, could some hero please come to the rescue? You knock out the Black Tide creature in no time. Are you guys alright? Yeah, we're fine. Thanks for the rescue, Hero. It's just, I swear I'm not seeing things. The one who helped us here had to be a ghost. Before the barrier trapped us, a monster was closing in. Thankfully, a woman led it away, keeping us safe. But the woman was a stranger and she disappeared in the blink of an eye. We got a little freaked out. Ah, that's her. We're heading out of the safe zone now, Hero. If you run into her again, please thank her for us. Okay. That looks cool. Alright. Have I gotten all of the quests is the question I have. Oh, I don't have the Fate Atlas anymore. So that might be all of the side missions in Amphorius I've picked up. That's not too bad. And then I have, this one is, everyone's like, but you have the Herta one. I'm like, no, this is the Simulated Universe quest. That's not coming up for a hot minute until I get done with Golden Gear. So these are all of the Amphorius side missions, as of right now. Golden Scapegoat. Okay, so let's go back to Dawn and then go back to there, and then we can interact with the steed and hopefully buy something.
Time, why not make the
I haven't
most of
seen
it
that we've
with a
gotten
game?
many, but maybe they've been showing up like in the background where it doesn't show you got one. We can always hope. I don't think so at the same time because I saw when we got 10 that one time. So let us see if we got anything. Okay, so we haven't actually received any. That sucks. I was hoping to buy this guy. Alright. So next time, I would say we would work on those side missions, but... Okay, these were the guys I was talking about. Interacting with these guys and, like, helping them out gives you a torch, and then in Evernight, you can find them on the ground, like, knocked out, and if you relight them, people will show up. But yeah, so... I would say we would work on them next time, but we will in fact not. We will be doing... Crack my spine. We will be doing the main quest with Finon and seeing where that goes next week. Or we could be doing the Fate crossover. One of those two things will be happening. And then we did collect a few things. We kind of just went achievement hunting. I did not mean to do that, but thank you all for joining me. And it does bring us up to 101 polls in preparation for Finon. As a reminder, we have no guarantee, and we are at like around 30 something pity. So we will be struggling for Finon. I can give you the exact numbers if I look at my sticky note. We are at 33 pity on the light limited banner and 43 pity on the limited weapon banner. We do not have guarantees for either, and then we're at 31 for the standard banner. So we'll see what happens. It is getting close to the end of June. In fact, July 1st is on Tuesday. So you will also be getting the store monthly exchanges. So you will get a few polls there, which is always great. I still need 16 more. Boo. Anyway, so thank you all so much for watching. Sorry this was more of an achievement run, but we did get to see some interesting things, and we got some interesting lore. So I hope to see you all next week, and we will work on Finon's main quest. Thank you so much for watching, and bye everyone!